versus Tigers. Fnatic, they've got the coach. Dubu.
Oh, Dubu's coaching them.
Yeah, he was in the major. I assume he still is. I don't know.
I didn't know that. That's where Dubu's at.
He coached him at TI as well, I believe.
Damn, dude, I've been missing him in my pubs.
He is a great guy to have on your team in pubs.
Oh, he's funny.
I don't even care win or lose. I just know I'm going to have a good time.
Yeah, he's super funny.
Then I lost on my memoir, so I don't run into pubs anymore. So I'm like, all right.
Well, I think Dubu did too.
When
they know.
Oh, good.
Yeah, you'll run into him.
Yep. That works just fine for me.
Although, roaming is back, but
it's going to happen. This is the Dubu patch.
We'll see.
We don't know if roaming is back.
Where's our Skywrath?
You know what? I can tell you that roaming is back because Tigers, they picked Earth Spirit in both of their games versus Warriors Gaming.
That's like a Zephyr special. He's a very good Earth Spirit player. Even when Earth Spirit was not being played on the old patch, this team was still picking him in.
So I think that we also there were a couple of games where Skywrath was getting picked in South American qualifiers too. So I think it's feeling like that. Maybe it's not like back, but it's at least something you can do in this patch.
NA in South America, these guys they love their Skywrath. We have so many Skywrath spammers here. Thanks to Stan King and Big Bad Bird. Shout out to those guys. They're retired now, but yeah, they really made that hero popular in our region. So now there's a bunch of Skywrath spammers. Anytime that hero has any hope of coming back into the meta, it does.
That was my favorite teams to cast was with Big Bad Bird on it because I just loved saying the name. So there's so many things.
He's an insane player too, so he would just go do interesting stuff, and sometimes he'd go 0-21, sometimes he'd go 21-0.
But you can say the name in a fun way. The Big Bad Bird coming through.
Got some nice consonants in there, yeah.
Exactly.
Grimstroke.
Oh, they love.
Of course.
Fnatic's done.
They banned Darkseer. Has Tigers been picking Darkseer?
I'm
what's
a
the
Darkseer
intent?
believer.
Jenkins, this is your job.
Yeah, they did pick Darkseer. I know people are doing the Darkseer Spirit Breaker combo where you surge the Spirit Breaker and then he gets the extra bash damage based on his movement speed and he just hits for 500.
Yeah, because the movement speed is like a plus bonus.
Yes.
And it's completely uncapped on Darkseer too. And then the other thing is that now Wall is like a real spell. Like
you can place it in angle.
You can place it, and it also slows the entire duration that you're in it, not just at the initial outset. Yeah.
Damn.
Wall is super good.
Is it vector targeted now?
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
Oh, cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, you can get them much easier. You can do a lot more with the placement rather than have to just walk up and it's
you could place it in a line where they have to walk up a high ground and just slow them for the whole duration.
Well, and it kept on getting buffed too. So if you look at the illusions that come out from Darkseer now,
like 45 seconds.
They do so much damage. Also, I think Darkseer is a hero. Darkseer is legit.
Yeah, that's good. He makes things really interesting, I think.
All right, so that you jump on in with a ink swell on you, make life miserable.
Yeah, I guess the PA's to me a pseudo response to Lone Druid. Just,
I think so too.
On paper, this should be a decent carry matchup for the PA. And Lone Druid just is a crazy good hero right now.
Yeah.
So
Lone Druid has right clicks. PA has the dodge. PA can get right on top of the Lone Druid. Although there is the issue with he just fears you, and of course she gets into melee range, so she's in fear range. But with the BKB, I think she just jumps the Lone Druid.
Interesting.
He dies.
See how this one pans out. I mean, based on what we've seen in the patch so far, I feel like Fnatic's 2-hero opening looks scarier, but who knows? Grimstroke is Grimstroke, after all.
The Lone Druid bear with the Tusk actually is kind of interesting. With tag team, you get the extra damage on the bear as well as the hero, and the bear with how fast it runs now, you're going to be constantly hitting them with that tag team and slowing them down. Seems like a pretty good combo to lane together. Ranged carry with the Tusk. I know a lot of people will run Tusk in the offlane in an aggressive scenario, but a lot of the time they'll put him into the safe lane too and just run him with a good range carry and then pick some Lich or something like that to dominate the offlane. Just depends on the combo they can get.
Yeah, Lich untouched right now. A little bit interesting.
I honestly think Lich is pretty good for Fnatic just because they're dealing with a PA. She's just a single target, jumps on somebody, tries to blow them up, and the Lich has a bunch of magical damage to burst her, and he can protect from the PA's physical damage.
10 seconds remaining.
Also, one of the best heroes, and also
5 seconds remaining.
I believe Fnatic. Oh, this is Boom ID. Well, I'm sure both of these teams can play Lich and pick Lich.
Yeah, I mean it's not as easy and brain dead as it was before, but it's definitely the type of hero that you can run it on. The only thing you might be worried about a little bit with Fnatic is a lack of lockdown.
Yeah, the Tusk has some, and Lone Druid roots are there, but it's all this easy stun initiation. So a Lich Tusk doesn't sound like the most comprehensive support duo.
Could get was Centaur's banned, but you could get some stunning offlaner with it too.
Yeah. I'm also curious how they play this lone druid, because it's always been a classic Ice 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 hero, but
Fnatic,
I imagine it may be more
ban.
something that MP needs to be playing. Not sure if you can just put your lone druid in a 3-position role.
Oh, the Pugna. Have you guys seen the Pugna Grimstroke lane?
No.
Well, they banned it themselves.
I know, that's
but,
the- but
okay,
I was just-
Grimstroke.
It's stuck into my head, but it's you decrep the guy that you go on with Inkswell, and he can't hit the
Oh,
thing.
he can't hit the bug.
He can't hit the
my
bug.
God, that
It's
sounds-
really annoying, and then he takes amp damage from it too.
How does the double life drain work?
5 seconds.
I think that I'm pretty sure they patched it so that it does work if you're standing still. Like it life drains 2 targets.
I don't know.
In my head, you should just life drain 2 targets, and
Yeah.
it treats it
But
as
the
2
issue-
separate life drains.
Yeah, I think originally it didn't work because the issue was like you would life drain one and then it would start the life drain on the other one, which would
That's not
interrupt
it.
the first one.
Okay. Doesn't have a lot of disables like the Lich, but this gives you better team fight, and something Fnatic have been playing with great success.
Yeah, and
I
then
like
they can pick some stunning run at you offlaner.
Yeah,
for Ice Ice Ice.
I imagine Tusk will just be like a 5-position, try and secure the lone druid's lane. The tag team actually
10
gives them a
seconds
pretty strong
remaining.
laning stage.
Yeah, with the bear too.
Yeah.
Pick like a Sand King for Ice 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 or something like
5
that.
seconds remaining.
I could see him going for some Blink Rush on Sand King as well.
There was a Tide Hunter in the other Tigers game, I think. I
Oh
saw.
yeah,
That
Tide is really good right now.
That's a nice Ice
Have
Ice
you
hero.
guys seen the new Anchor Smash?
Nope.
Yeah.
It does so much more damage. It does your auto attack then plus the old damage.
What about it, just as like another thought here? You're taking like a strong lockdown position 5 and run it with like a dual lane with Phoenix, and then you do like a lion or something. Is that too crazy?
Which of those heroes? Then you put Phoenix or Tusk as a core?
You put Phoenix as core then, as Ice Ice Ice.
Team pick.
I think.
Oh, the
okay,
axe,
never
of
mind
course.
There we go.
Easy peasy.
That-
Yeah, I think you can do the Phoenix as a 3. That means your 4 just needs to have the lockdowns. Like
Right.
you could do 3 Phoenix, 4 Axe. I don't think that's going to be the case, but they're kind of interchangeable. Where Ice 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 may just rush a Blink again, and then Phoenix gets all the farm. Like with DJ playing this Phoenix, it's not really a true 4 position.
It's weird with Axe though because you want to cut the wave and like farm up with a Vanguard.
10
But I mean, you
seconds
could you could play the lane against a PA probably and do really well. Although if it's a PA
5
Grimstroke or a
seconds
PA
remaining.
Jakiro, I actually think that lane is going to beat an Axe plus Phoenix trying to play on the lane.
Yeah.
We saw Grimstroke plus Void do extremely well in a matchup that, like, this Grimstroke hero just breaks the safe lane. You can win matchups you shouldn't. I think Sand King's really good for. I'm surprised that Sand King's getting totally ignored in these games. I do feel he's a very strong hero. His win rate's really high.
Sand King
You
Grimstroke.
see it do really well in games. Yeah, Sand King Grimstroke, Sand King Jakiro, both of these are very, very strong. It's relatively good against the Lone Druid too because the Caustic Finale actually like destroys the Baron lane. The slow lasts really long in the bear.
I would like Necro, but I feel like is that lane kind of rough against Lone Druid?
I would like Necro too. It's actually good against the Lone Druid because
Okay.
the percentage damage to the bear constantly just this thing is just like so much HP and it dies instantly. But they go for the Lina counter to the Phoenix.
It's kind of like a super comfort pick for this team too. They were first 2 picking Lina like in all the old patch because In Your Dream will play it in the side lanes if needed. They're very flexible with their players and their roles.
10
Yeah,
seconds
they have
remaining.
good. They have good setup for her too between the PA, the Grimstroke
5
bubble, and then the
seconds
Jakiro
remaining.
slow, and then also the Grimstroke can set up for the Lina to double the Guna Blade.
That's what I was gonna say. It was in the opening like cinematic.
Oh
Do you
yeah,
remember?
yeah, it was.
That was the
There we
one.
go.
And then also they have the second to last pick, so picking the Lina now allows them to ban something that the Lina would not do well against, which is going to be the TA, almost 99%. And then they can just last pick something that doesn't really matter. Like when you don't have the last pick, you actually want to pick your mid in this slot. And I think she's good enough in this game that you can pick her and just ban the TA out. Broodmother banned. What are they worried about here? You would think they have some last pick in mind. So you're against Alina. You probably want to pick the TA if you can, but you know they're probably going to ban the TA.
Yeah. And then as for Tigers, I'm going to imagine they're looking for Moon's hero, like that kind of playmaking initiator type hero, because they don't have the greatest control right now or way to start a fight. Like Lina with a Yule Scepter,
Radiant
sure.
team ban.
Sanking there we go. There's,
Oh, they
there's
banned
a
the
ban
Sanking,
on
okay.
Moon's hero.
Yeah.
But other options, the Tide he played already today, the heroes like the Shaker. Shaker's kind of disappeared a bit, I feel.
Oh, I know Moon's a huge Monkey King player too, and it's relative. It's not great against the Lone Druid actually, but it's relatively good against the Axe. Not great against he's just a huge Monkey King player. I don't know.
I feel like it doesn't fill that gap of having somebody to start.
It doesn't.
10
It doesn't.
seconds
The Sand
remaining.
King was definitely a really good option.
Yeah.
New Beastmaster would be really good actually against the
Radiant
Phoenix.
team
in
I'm
the
surprised
pool?
we're not seeing the Beastmaster get
Of course,
played
first
much.
phase ban.
They banned the TA.
Fnatic's
yep.
turn to pick.
Tidehunter. Okay. So that deny. Well, actually, no. Never mind. There's an axe. What am I talking about? But the Tidehunter, it's a really strong hero with the new buffs. The Q does a lot of damage now. With the talent, you get plus 100 damage to the gush. And then also the fact that Anchor Smash applies your right click means that it does so much more damage. And also, it scales,
10
which is great.
seconds remaining.
Doesn't Tide get like some plus 90 damage talent or something?
251 damage
251.
at level
more than-
25.
Oh, that's a 25. It used to
Yeah.
have a plus damage talent
He
earlier,
did, I
right?
think so. Yeah, I think
It
so.
was like a plus 90 at level 15.
It's
or
still really
something.
nice because it does like strictly more
You may
damage.
now
Okay, they picked the
select
Zeus.
I like
your
this a lot.
heroes.
That's the one of the counters we've seen to the Lina.
I mean, they needed damage because both
Yeah.
Axe Lone Druid did not really give you that much damage until Lone Druid gets items. Axe never really gives you damage output. You need if Axe goes in to initiate with Cole, you need something to get them low enough for the
Yeah,
Axe ultimate.
to dunk them. Yeah,
Yeah.
Zeus
So,
is perfect for
yeah.
that.
Good pick for them. But it can be hit or miss. I feel like some of these Zeus games, like you either get off to a great start, or if you start struggling and the other team's able to get their pipes and greaves and stuff going, then suddenly it's like you just don't feel like you can do enough damage.
I think you'll have a pretty good start though, just because the Zeus Lina matchup is like you do fine against each other in the lane for a couple of minutes, and then all of a sudden the Zeus just does way too much damage for the Lina to ever go to the lane. We see in a lot of these matchups the Lina will actually go jungle.
Yeah.
It's so hard. Anytime she goes to that lane, she just has to constantly send out salves. Like
But I think you have a perfect heroes to make that happen. Like they could rotate in Moon if they need to the mid lane. She heads off to the jungle. You could have Jakiro in there. He'd be fine to probably hold the lane for a little while.
Yeah.
Because Zeus isn't necessarily like push it that fast.
oh yeah, he
either.
won't like go into the jungle and pressure anything or pressure the tower. So.
Right. I'm liking the draft a lot more from Fnatic. I feel like right now there's a lot of ways for him to force the fight, and Tigers don't have a centaur to disengage. Like I don't know how they get away from things besides like Ravage and run. I don't know.
And you don't want to be using Ravage defensively normally.
Oh yeah, that's
Ice Path, I
that's
guess,
rough.
could give you some cover. You know,
Yeah.
just throw support lives away to save your course. That's the other option. But it's always I always feel it's so hard for me to tell right now with this patch. Like I see some
Yeah.
two
It is,
drafts
it's
end, and I'm
true.
just like, I don't want to make any predictions here.
I
don't know
just
how
want to
this
pick
patch
Tigers
plays.
because I want them to win. I don't know.
Yeah,
Go
I'm
for
with you.
I'll pick
Yeah.
Tigers.
Well, ladies and gents, we do have a game underway now, so let's hop right into that. Who knows what's going to happen? Find out.
We get Ajit playing the Lina, so I think he is a bit of a PA player, even before when the hero was bad. I think he's always liked to play the PA.
God, I love this taunt.
Look how cool the set he has is too. He's got the scythe.
Yeah.
The
That's
taunt.
a PA player right there.
The taunt makes it all good. The taunt is so good. Do it again. Come on. You know you want it.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, look at him go. He's got moves.
That's what you do in your
Skrillix
house
PA.
when the cameras aren't on, or when they are on, but you don't think they're on.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the moves that I
Tusk
make.
starts
in
with
my
the
bedroom.
E. He doesn't even like wait to see what happens. He just goes straight E. That's interesting.
Oh, the Tusk we saw yesterday were
30
doing the same thing
seconds
as
to
well.
battle.
Yeah.
Which is
You know what I've had in my pubs? I've had people go for the Q,
and
and then they feed,
Mm.
and then they come back to the lane, and then they feed.
are you playing off lane and they're just
I am.
this is when that
Jenkins,
support
you
comes.
remember that I played Tusk with you last night, right? And I went Q first.
Wait a minute. Oh. Oh, I hate these tusks I get in my pubs, man. Timbersaws too, man. Let me tell you.
Well, he took his E, did some punches, and they got first blood.
That's what you get it for.
Yeah, exactly.
It's tough.
MP with the last hit as well.
I could just hear the PA taunt going off in the background.
It's so good.
It is pretty good.
Courier's coming out.
And I guess you mentioned that like the Zeus versus the Lina matchup, you don't want, Mr. In Your Dream to be fallen behind. This is your guy. This is the one who's going to win you the game. Don't put him in a position to not succeed.
So we get trialing versus trialing. We're back in like 7.15 or something.
This keeps happening. This is more and more common. I mean, I guess when there's an axe that's just gonna be cutting the wave, and then a lone druid who doesn't care.
This is when Ice 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 was at his peak. I feel as an offlane, it was when he got these 1v1 matchups, because he's always been a very skilled 1v1
Oh, actually,
player.
wait a minute. What am I talking about? He's axe versus type, which is another just nothing happens game.
Yeah, they'll both
Lane.
just. I mean,
Huh.
Axe has the edge because he can farm more jungle, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, he'll get slightly more farm doing just this.
I actually think
I
you
love
can,
that play too. He took the call there. Like he knows that he's not going to be able to get the damage off with W, so he
You can
just
walk
gets
through
it for
the-
the extra
And he was
armor.
tanking tower
Yeah,
shots.
so he
Yeah.
can walk through the tower.
It's probably saved him like 100 health or so.
God, I was watching a game with my girlfriend. I was using the bathroom and I was yelling at her. I was like, "What's happening?" And she's like, "Axe is cutting the wave." And I was like, "It's important you tell me how he cuts the wave. Does he run behind the? Does he run through the tower or along the edge of the jungle?" And she was so confused, like why I was asking that. But it's actually you can take a lot of damage running through the tower, and you can die if there's a support there.
Okay.
It's like a very specific move to level the taunt. Like that's a specific problem that Axe has, like cutting that first wave.
Mm.
My girlfriend was so confused when I was asking that question. Actually,
On the toilet.
I wasn't on the.
Oh, I thought that's what you said.
maybe
Okay.
I don't know.
What's
I'm not gonna go into the details, man, of what I do in the bathroom. Maybe I was just washing my hands, you know.
2 minutes in,
Fuel
we
from
got
my
about
fire.
1,000 gold lead already for Fnatic.
It's Tide struggling the last hit on the tower. He's only got 6 CS. That seems a bit low. He's trying to do some jungling of his own.
Mm.
Okay, he's got a bit of a wave coming, but still he has not.
He wants to
kept
get the
up with the
max
axe.
value.
Oh, he does, yeah. Oh, this is nice. Dude, it sounds
Got
so
him.
satisfying now too because it applies Tide's right click to everything there. So like if there's a bunch of creeps, it's so much louder.
And
a good
suddenly he's
thud.
catching up.
It's a nice thud for sure. Oh god.
Somebody's dying here. I don't know who it is. It's like
Steven.
Jabs.
Steven and Jabs, yeah.
The birds, both the birds went down.
1437 goes down first.
Birdman, Birdman. All right. This top lane's a bit of a brawl.
Yeah.
PA's not liking this, though. I feel like this is not a scenario PA wants to be in, but Lone Druid's able to just kind of sit back, get some last hits, use that like 90 damage that him plus his bear get, and also go for
Oh,
these
that was
skills.
that was a nice shards.
Well played. MP on a killing spree early on.
This is a pretty good start for Fnatic.
2K gold lead. I got 3 minutes.
Look how
What
deep
in
this
God's
Tide's
name?
gone.
All right,
Oh.
maybe that's
Part of that is this is like a good 500-ish gold. Okay,
Right.
maybe that's slightly exaggerated, but it's a good chunk of gold.
Oh, mid lane. 1437 wants to make something happen, and they will be able to find that kill.
He tried to turn to get a nuke off.
Feed the flame.
Yeah, that might have been a kill on Delina if he could have hit it.
Under attack.
I don't know how much mana he had, maybe. Even just an arc could have been close.
In the meantime, it's still just going to be continued battles up here. As we said, Axe is the one that's leading in the CS, and Moon is actually pretty significantly behind. It's just because it's more access to the camps, a little bit closer to him.
It's so much easier for Axe to do this
He's
than it is.
already almost level 7. This is just Axe things, but it still like amazes me just how fast this hero farms the first 5-10 minutes.
It's
Wonder
crazy to have a hero that's going to be higher level than the mid laner every game, basically.
Well, this Tusk plus Lone Druid synergy, you can see why they first two picked these heroes together.
Yeah, I mean they're trying to tri-lane into it too, but I mean Tusk with the new E, he actually wants to tri-lane because the more heroes there are, the more damage he does with that spell.
I feel like if you just went like an early blink on Axe, even if he wants to, he could just give up the Vanguard and start running up top and like killing everybody.
He's got his Vanguard coming out though, so it doesn't look like that's the case. But I mean, he doesn't need to go top. They're just crushing this top lane
Nice, that's
by
true.
themselves. So
Yeah.
Axe gets his Vanguard. I think they're ganking the Axe here. Yeah, they're bringing in both supports. They're not an easy kill with this Vanguard. He got boots as well, so
Oh, and they don't have Ravage on Tide.
they actually just want the bounty runes, which
Yeah.
fair enough. You rotate both supports. I think they realize they're not going to be able to contest top. They're losing this top lane. The bounty runes up there are going to be tricky.
Yeah, may as well just like sit 2 people up there and farm statically because they're not going to get kills.
I also, I feel like this PA needs to find maybe somewhere easier to lane at this point.
Can't lane against the Axe now though. Can't lane
Yeah.
against the Zeus. He kind of has to go here. And
Okay.
you don't want to send PA into the jungle.
That's true.
It's-
And I mean, it's not like the Lone Druid's completely crushing the actual farm battle here.
yeah.
It's
This is,
Oh.
this is like a big reason that people don't run aggros is because you end up in this situation where, oh, PA needs to go somewhere, but there's nowhere.
I think Jabs is dead now. He's already used his dive, and Light Strike Ray comes through. The punch, Snowball, maybe going to be able to find something in return. They take down 1437, and Ajit able to walk away. Another
Ooh,
Light
nice
Strike
stun.
Array. Oh, but they get the level 6 on Zeus, and that'll do it.
And P was coming in like, this is my kill, and suddenly Zeus is like, no siree. So, they get the Fnatic supports, but lose Lina in the process.
See, Zeus is one of these heroes that doesn't really care about the the null talisman trend. I think that's a. I mean, I don't want to say it's.
You mean he doesn't
No,
care
I
about
know that.
everybody being tanky?
No,
Everybody else being tanky.
I think 3 null tallies isn't great on Zeus. Is what I'm saying. Like I think it doesn't benefit Zeus that much.
The spell
I
lamp?
see.
Well, I guess there is the spell amp. What am I talking about? What am I talking about actually?
I think I would say that he doesn't care as much
I don't know,
about
it's like
everyone
the-
else getting these stat items.
Yeah.
He just does enough damage that
I guess more so what I was referring to is like the right click damage that you get from null talismans.
Right.
He doesn't benefit in any way from that. But then there is of course the spell amplification.
Radiant's top tower.
I guess
is
it's
under
not that much
attack.
either. But yeah.
the fast double null for lasting isn't too bad because your Zeus base damage is way better than it used to be.
Oh!
That was a snowball and a half.
Oh.
My God.
Alright, DJ's pretty good at Dota.
Radiant's
That one's
bottom
gotta hurt if
tower
you're Moon
is under
Meander.
attack.
He's feeling sheepish.
So they're going to give Jakira the bottom lane. They want to get there. At this point, Tide's like, I want my bottom lane back. I can't do anything up here. Ravage is on cooldown, and this is the dead lane.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you can also say that like Tide at least stopped them from killing
Radiant's
up
bottom
top
tower
again.
is under
Like
attack.
PA's living through that at least.
You see the axe dropped his item before he got that kill too. I like that.
Radiant structures
Fnatic's
are
having fun
fortified.
today.
They
They're
are.
doing a lot of
Radiant's
just cheeky
bottom
little
tower
plays, some
is under
taunts here and
attack.
there. Definitely enjoying Dota.
You know what? That's how you win Dota too, though, because there's going to be no pressure if you're having fun with your team. It actually relieves so much pressure, especially when you're playing to qualify for the major.
Yeah.
Like this is
Don't take it seriously. Exactly.
Yeah, this is exactly. Just screw around. Doesn't
Tower
matter.
Are scanning.
104 last hits right now at just about 8 minutes for the Axe. He is almost 2,000 gold ahead of Moon and is about to have his Blink Dagger.
Oh, back to the axe with like the Vanguard versus Blink thing. A lot of the hold that thought.
They don't have level 6 yet.
Pretty easy kill, but the Tusk coming.
Oh my god, are they all dead? They want to kill Abed real badly, and
Maybe he does benefit from those null tallies. He's so
Radiant's top
tanky.
tower is under attack.
He could have kept running, but wanted to just dish out some damage.
nice
Oh,
hitting swell.
snowball.
Another good snowball, but DJ I think is eventually going to be brought down. So 2 go down, and they move in with jabs. Only level 3 on this Phoenix. He wants to get this kill into Zephyr real badly, but it's not quite enough. Najit takes him down.
They're going in one by one.
I mean,
I think MP's
Jakiro,
fine, but
he's going to get out.
Damn, he's tanky on that lone druid.
that was a. You could tell Jabs used to be a core player when he goes for kills like that. You know,
Radiant
a
scanning.
true support player at heart does not go for that 1v4 kills with a Phoenix there.
Right.
But
That is true.
he made it close.
All according to
Helped set things up for MP, who, there we go, triple Wraith Band, casual.
Such a hard PA game. It's just like exactly what we talked about. He has no place to go. He can't even go to his own jungle because there's an ice running around there with a Blink Vanguard. This
Lina
is
just
going to be a
TP'd
dead
in.
Lina. I'm absolutely sure of it. Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower
I mean,
is
it's a
under attack.
tanky-ish Lina, but it's a Blink Axe and one Druid on top of him. Get some extra vision, make sure nobody's rotating in. Now they have Ravage.
Cancel the TP, so they may just go back in, look for this tower now.
Radiant's
That was
middle
entirely
tower is under
intentional, and
attack.
Well, that's another person
It's
down.
like, what happened to my Tide TP, he says.
I mean, and this is that moment where as a Jakiro, you would love to be able to just like lay down a macro fire, but level 4, you know, all of these supports not where they need to be yet, and gonna need to tone it a
Problem
bit
with running
more.
an aggro, like the thing is, like, it still looks like it's the same issue as running an aggro in the last patch. Is that if you lose the aggro tri lane, you just have 2 lanes that you can't go to afterwards because people are going to be
Oh
so
my
huge
God.
in those lanes. You are using a Ravage for a Phoenix, man.
Dire's
I don't know if that's
bottom
what you really
tower
wanna
is
do.
under attack.
Well, we'll see if he's able to get out afterwards, but yeah, it's gonna be a while before he can get anything else. I do like that Moon is going for all of these like big sort of
Nice.
team fighty ones.
Savage roar to get the helm creep. I like it. Plus 200 gold.
It's worth a kill, man. More than a kill.
Like half. Gold wise,
Depends on the.
yeah, no, XP wise, it's much worse.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth the mana cost of a Savage Roar.
For sure.
Radiant structures
The lone
are
druid too,
fortified.
with the if you entangle the creep, it just lasts for infinity time. It's just dead. That's why I'm always questionable of dominating in a lot of these games. Go Dominator against Doom, he just eats it. Go against lone druid, he just entangles it. People are building Midases, they just Midas it, you know.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Well, the Midas is flat gold, but it's still.
No, yeah, I mean, I
You're
just
not
mean,
getting
like,
the bonus gold, but yeah, you're
the
deleting
creep
it at
creep
least.
still like
Yeah,
he
yeah.
just instantly dies.
Looks like Moon was able to kill off that bear, so he's dead for another 40 seconds, and Ajit takes down the Zeus.
That was a solo kill.
What's happening there?
I think Ajit must have been on the high ground.
Was there a rune of some kind, maybe an invis or anything? Doesn't look. Yeah, it doesn't look like it.
All their mid, find themselves the Jakiro and get the dunk. This ice all over it.
It's kind of hard. Someone needs to be pushing out these lanes, and I think that's just fallen on 1437's Jakiro. He's just being a bit too aggressive in some of these lanes.
Is it just me, or like is that just what happens in this patch though? Like you get into this situation where you have to kind of push out the lanes, and you just get slowly picked off until you lose the game.
Unless it's Wyvern. It feels like Wyvern can sort of keep those lanes without
Keep your
exposing
distance
yourself.
bit
Yeah,
more.
yeah. I guess that's why those heroes are so strong. Those
Yeah.
like tree sitting supports.
Well, and again, I think that's what Jakiro, the thought was, is that you lay down a macro pyre or something, because then you can sort of keep some of these tier 1 towers alive, and now instead they have to sort of throw their bodies at it.
He doesn't even have boots yet on the Jakiro, so.
Yeah.
DJ swooping on in.
Oh my god. Oh, they got
so
him called.
tanky though. I mean, there's no ravage. 14 seconds.
Dyer's top
He's
tower
just too
is
alone
under
here.
attack.
That
Yeah,
tornado is
tornado
actually
on.
so annoying for him. Oh wait, is that his turn? That's his
It's his tornado, yeah.
TP on in here, but this tide's already dead now.
Oh my god.
This has gone from bad to worse.
Oh, you can't keep. Yeah, that Lina.
Radiant's
That
bottom
was.
tower has fallen.
It is time to give up on your Jakiro. And
I would say
bottom
there's
lane.
one more, right? Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower
One
is
more
under
and a
attack.
helm creep. Get that helm creep.
And a bug. He got the bug too.
Lordy, lordy.
Moon. Oh, he's
Look at
dead.
him.
He can just leave it.
Regenning.
100 gold
200 gold.
or 200 gold. Sorry. What am I on?
A lot of gold.
Yeah, these top 2
Well,
net
that's-
worth heroes are kind of getting out of control. And it's
This
also
is-
just where the farm is on Tigers. Like, this PA is playing catch-up for most of this game, it feels like.
PA is not an excellent catch-up hero though. He farms so much more slowly than like the traditional catch-up heroes of Terrorblade.
Dyer's top tower
Spectre
is
can
under
kind of
attack.
catch up by farming jungle and then pressing ulti, stealing a couple kills.
Did you see that? They spot out that there's a ward in the area because Axe got hit by the
Radiant's
tower.
structures are fortified.
On the high
Dyer's
ground?
top
Yeah.
tower has
Nice.
fallen.
That's cool. You can do that with that tower too.
Uh-oh. Moon.
He's going to get another kill here?
Yeah, I think so. They have blade mail. Snowball.
Alright.
Finish it off.
He's so farmed on this axe.
And like that's the thing too, is you're playing a PA against an Axe that has blade mail already. It's
Yeah.
14 minutes. Vanguard, blade mail, blink.
The one nerf to axe in this patch is the fact that if PA picks up lifesteal at a certain point via like talents or via an item, at
Right.
least you'll lifesteal when the axe taunts you a lot because the armor is not factored in.
Oh, nice job there with the silence, but the Grim Soroka came a little late. Never mind, Axe is here. See you later. They are done.
This
And-
fight's already over. I don't know if you want to be buying back.
Yeah, this seems like a tilt move here.
I guess Tide's respawning, so they'll have Ravage soon, and Fnatic is just going to get out. Isis Ice out of mana, so.
With the gold deficit that they have, they kind of
Radiant's
have to
middle
fight. The
tower
only
is
way that they
under
come back
attack.
is from a miracle fight because they don't have heroes that are going to farm up quickly. They can just like out-farm the opponents.
I think Grimstroke really wanted to get the ulti on before that Lina ulti came out. Also,
Yeah, that is one way that they can do like a lot of damage in these fights. If they hit like a big Grimstroke ulti and then Lina uses the Laguna, they could possibly do a little more damage where they could actually kill these heroes.
they're gonna pull Moon
Just
in.
pulling him
Don't
in.
want to pop his Kraken shell. It looks like
he
the
is gonna
Ravage
Ravage.
Oh
again.
my
snowballed.
God.
All right, Moon has just been put to work today, and well, it's feeling like it's Fnatic's game to lose at this stage.
DJ might just be like one of the most underrated Dota players in the world. And he gets praised a lot.
I can't believe he's done this like 3 times in one game. It's like he's not even trying.
He so consistently makes like these highlight-worthy plays. It's just amazing.
This guy, he's like OpenAI 3.0 or something like that.
Yeah.
This can't be real.
OpenAI has like a reaction time limit.
That is true. that is true. This guy, I don't even know what to say. It's like, this is the sort of game where you're like, all right, guys, Tide might be a bad hero, even though it's not. You know,
You're versing DJ. On
it's not a
Tusk.
bad hero. It just looks so bad.
Yeah.
Well,
It's a treat to watch.
Yeah.
definitely.
'Cause this game's starting to slip away, but we're seeing some just fun plays coming out from Fnatic. The Ice Axe and the DJ Tusk are really putting on a bit of a show right now. But
Oh, they really want jabs, but he's gonna get out.
Usually Abed that's making all these sick plays, you know.
he gets to carry some games. But
He's getting totally shown up by his supports, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
And like
I consider offlane to be pseudo support role, by the
they
way.
already have the answer too. Like MKB on Lone Druid after triple Wraith
I
bans.
was wondering if he was going to
Treads.
do that. That seems to be the solution to this PA hero. People just going for the early MKB.
Just buy MKB, lol.
It's such an
Radiant's
effective
bottom
damage
tower
item as
is
well
under
now.
attack.
There's not much of a punishment for going for it first. Before it was like, it would give you effective damage by giving you
Radiant's bottom
the
tower is falling.
breakthrough evasion. It's good. It's a good item on its own.
Wow.
Zusalt comes a bit later to get the kill rather than set up the dunk, but imagine Abed's quite happy with that result. And this Tide is just not having fun. Between the Axe Call and the Ice Shards, your Kraken is not
Doesn't
particularly
matter,
useful, yeah.
Zeus just
Regeneration.
shreds Tidehunter too. Doesn't matter how tanky he is.
And
Dire's top
I think
tower
the
is
Zeus
under
is intentionally
attack.
stealing kills too, by the way, just because with the experienced talent, it's a pretty good way to
Radiant
get some
are
levels on this
scanning.
hero.
God, ice. It's just. I mean, part of it is that with Tigers, there's just nowhere safe on the map. Like if Ice shows up, you just have to leave, and they get vision, and then they just die.
That's the thing. You kind of have to like farm these areas and die, because what are you gonna do? Not farm and just lose anyway?
Yeah, he pings it out. Oh God.
Call after call.
He doesn't have blade mail this time though.
Yeah, there's a Zeus here, though.
He's
What?
just hitting the creep.
He's like,
He's
just
like,
give me
I'm
my
trying to get rid of
item,
my battle hunger.
please.
Oh god.
Another blink soon? Not going to go for it.
Oh my
With my
goodness.
faith.
But yeah, like Ice just walked. He literally just did this, and then like went through the entire
Radiant's
map.
top tower
He's
is
doing a
under
really good
attack.
job at keeping the pressure constantly on. Even if he's not getting kills, he's still showing that he's in the area, and that if they farm, they're going to die for it. Exactly what's happening right now. You want to defend this tower? I'm going to kill you. Force TPs.
Well, and you don't feel safe going anywhere, and then like you have to pop the shrine. So even if you didn't, like you're slowing down the farm, like you said, even though it's not getting the kill.
Yeah. Although I do like the fact that Tigers are. This might sound
Radiant's
ridiculous,
top
but they're like
tower
running
is
around
under
and
attack.
dying because you could just play this game and accept the fact that you
Radiant's
can't
top
farm
tower
anywhere
is
and not
falling.
farm, but then you're just going to lose and have no chance whatsoever. At least if they do this, like if Fnatic screw up and give them openings, like they're going to be there to take farm when they shouldn't, take towers when they shouldn't, take fights when they shouldn't. Like hiding in trees here, yeah, he's probably going to die.
Against Zusalt, it's...
But there you go. He's actually maybe he kills his
Hey!
Zeus. Exactly. Like it's good that they're actually still playing the game.
Oh,
Good God,
nice.
that was
Is
nice.
he getting out of here?
That.
Oh my God.
In your dream, make it a dream.
It's going to blink call, but he's
Oh.
out of there.
Dude.
What a player.
There you go.
That's the time you do the taunt.
That's a solo kill too, so he gets so much out of that. How much gold did he get? 1,600
The
experience?
XP is, I think,
Yeah.
crazy.
What
The gold
in
is not...
God's name? This guy just got a level. He's actually going to be a problem.
I mean, you're solo killing a
Mid
core
laner,
who's
yeah.
a enemy mid laner. I think that's reasonable.
To be fair though, like the Zeus isn't the huge hero in this game though.
No,
It's like the
that's
lone
true.
druid, the axe.
I mean, his net worth, that's why he didn't get much gold, because you see Zeus's net worth and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
This should
If
make
he
my
killed one
life
of those
easier.
two cores, then yeah, he would have gotten
Oh,
1,000
God.
gold probably.
He would be massive.
Yeah.
It'd actually be a problem.
God, I love this Necro book Tusk that we're seeing nowadays.
Yeah, it's great. The jungling efficiency of Necrobook is, ever since Arc Warden started going this, I think everyone's realized, like, the Dazzles now, a support with a Necrobook can just, you know, if there's not much going on, hit up the jungle, summon your Necrobook. It lasts for so long, you clear out like 3 camps with it without taking damage
Yeah,
or
and then-
using mana.
And then he buffs the necros too to do more damage.
Yeah.
with the
I wanted to see
E.
if is it piercing damage? At least
The-
from the archer it
the,
is,
the
right?
necros. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
Because that does more to creeps too.
Yeah, so he farms. Like the thing with the thing with the necros is that the necro ones used to do terrible damage, but now the necro ones do like 2/3 the amount of damage of necro 3 for very low cost. It's like what you said. It's just a better Midas.
Yeah.
It's a way better Midas. Hell, he could get Midas 2 if he wants.
Why not?
No, it accelerates your farm the same way Midas does, and also gives you other utility outside of just farming.
Yeah, you can use it in fights and stuff.
Yeah, use it to fight, use it to scout.
Roshan.
Yep.
Dire's middle tower is
Send
under
out lanes to
attack.
push out lanes. Like, that's one of the reasons Nature's Prophet's always been a good hero.
Look how
Because you
much
can push
attack
lanes
speed
without committing to it.
this PA has, the Yasha, all the Wraith fans. Oh, shards again.
He is taking so much damage from that
Radiant's
lone
bottom
druid.
tower is
Fnatic
under attack.
may consider Roshan fairly soon. This feels like time to do it. Before this PA is getting a big item soon. You want to get this Aegis online.
Yeah. With the Jakiro dead too, that is a lot of team fight.
And you've got
that's
tag
taken
team
out.
for this. Tag team works on Rosh, right?
Yeah, I think so. I'm sure, yeah, it does. That's for sure.
Well,
One thing with Lone Druid too, like, they gave him the shared lifesteal, and maybe it wouldn't be that excellent if it wasn't for the fact that lifesteal is now incredibly strong. It doesn't consider armor. So you lifesteal for so much more than if this was lifesteal added to Lone Druid in the previous patch. It's actually better.
so they saw the axe up there on the high ground, but Moon struggling to get back in time, and now might get shards in again.
My God,
Let's
so
get
annoying.
caught. Needs to run. They are also doing a good bit of damage to DJ slowly over time. Ice looking for another blink call. Has enough cooldown in a second, but doesn't really have a great angle. Okay, decides just again to go on Moon. He's fishing for a big old fishy here.
Another Ice Shards.
Trying to run, still has Ravage. DJ in position to go for a snowball save if they need to do it. Moon still trying to run away. They get the Grimstroke ulti combo together with the Laguna Blade, but they bring down the Tide. No buyback for him right now, and looks like
Max
they're going to
overextending.
for more. Okay, they
Yeah,
take down DJ.
They lost their Aegis too.
They killed the bear as well. That's
Yeah.
a little bit of extra gold and experience.
The fight
Actually, a lot
started
of-
with Phoenix being deleted. I think PA just blinked in and like must have insta crit with
Yeah.
I think there's a fresh Deso on PA.
Yep.
So Phoenix probably just got one-shotted because there was no Phoenix.
PA is actually becoming a serious problem
Yeah.
off the back of that solo kill on the Zeus.
Well.
He's gonna probably go for a BKB next, I would assume. And then the Zeus not an issue, the Axe is still an issue, the Lone Druid Fear not an issue. He can bolt the Phoenix as well. BKB is definitely quite the item in this game.
He went for the Armor Corruption still. I was wondering, since he didn't have Battle Fury, if he was going to go for the Cleave instead. Just try and keep waves out, but seems like it's not.
I'm not a huge fan of Cleave anymore, just with how it now considers the armor of the unit. So like if you cleave a support, you're not gonna, kill the entire enemy team.
So you're not feeling the... how do you feel about the Battle Fury on PA then?
I think the Battle Fury is still good because it gives you percentage damage on creeps as well.
Okay.
So like it's good for farming, but it's not good for fighting. It also gives you damage.
Yeah.
Raw damage.
Any item giving you damage normally feels good.
Yeah, on PA for sure. But like just raw cleave kind of sucks. Have you guys played Sven? I played Sven against Naga, and I tried to kill the illusions, and it was just doing nothing because they just have like
Sense is heading more and more
50
down,
armor.
down the
Yeah.
direction of being a support, I feel.
He really is. Have you seen the shield, man? That's crazy.
Yeah.
The guy's just like bubbling people.
I think Tide is saving a point right here, unless my math is wrong.
12, 13,
Yeah,
14,
he
15.
is, he
Nice.
is.
No, he's not.
Dire's
He's
structures
maxed all his spells,
are
right?
fortified.
Yeah,
he's
but
good.
Radiant's
15, shouldn't you have
middle
max all
tower is
spells
under
and
attack.
talents?
No,
Yeah.
60.
16. Oh, right.
4 times
Yeah,
3
yeah, yeah.
plus 2.
Dire's top
It's
tower
14,
is under
isn't that?
attack.
Yeah.
So you only get one talent, not both.
Yeah.
The X can get
PA is so good.
easily killed.
Phoenix is becoming a little bit of a liability in this game, actually. Feeding gold with PA.
Phoenix needs to like be just playing more hidden because your fight position. Like the reason Phoenix died in that last team fight was because he was sunraying
Oh!
Yeah.
and revealing where it
Oh.
was.
That was a long TP. Where was he going? Oh
Dire's
no.
middle tower is
I
under
think this
attack.
Phoenix needs to just play in fog, wait for a dive egg opportunity.
Well,
Yeah, I think
another
so.
call on the Moon, trying to ching this guy down, see if they can do it.
Nice body blocks.
Definitely, but this is a Tidehunter. He's able to walk away from the shards this time as well, and Ice does have
Oh, he's
another
gonna call.
blink call.
Oh, he went for the
Thought he
Lina,
kept
or
moving.
maybe he thought he kept walking.
Yeah, I think he just lost vision and expected that he kept going south.
He's really good about canceling those calls. Like he always goes for it and like starts casting and then cancels as soon as he
Yeah.
knows it's not going to hit. We did the same thing bottom with the PA.
Yeah, Ice 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 is like a really high skill individual like mechanic player.
Oh, this game is not over yet. This PA still has quite some fight left in her.
Game's definitely like 100% on the PA to win though.
Yeah.
He needs to get a couple more of these picks in these fights, just making so it's like a 4v5, and then the network lead doesn't matter as much.
Hasn't died once without BKB against an Axe Blade Mail.
That's pretty insane. If Axe had Blade Mail for that first call, he definitely dies. Just the new cooldown on the Blade Mail. It's like one reason that Axe isn't as strong as he used to be. It's just got such a long cooldown on that Blade Mail.
So Ajit is going for the Ags build. I believe it's going to be going for the Spell Amp too, and then you just have a over 1,000.
I like it with the
Radiant's
Grimstroke.
middle tower
It gives them a
is
lot of
under attack.
potential to like win these team fights that they otherwise shouldn't, because they wouldn't have the damage.
This build became like super popular in SEA with the you get the cast rage talent with the Aether Lens, and
Yeah.
you don't need like this Yule's initiate. You can use the Yule's to initiate, but you can normally just stun people out of fog because
The
your cast
reason-
range is so far.
Yeah, it's insane. You can just be standing in trees or on high ground and stun somebody that would otherwise like not get stunned. Storm Spirits and Embers and stuff like that.
Playing
Oh my
the
god.
again.
This Axe, he does not care about anything.
He's absurdly farmed.
TP's into everybody. Moon gonna get called, and there's a long way to walk if he wants to escape, but he might be able to make them work for it for a while, as they're eventually gonna bring him down.
He's having a rough game. I think. I mean, I wouldn't have said this at the start of the game, but with how he's kept on dying, he should have probably gotten the 4-staff this game. I would say. That would have gone a long way.
The Axe plus the Tusk Shards like constantly pulling him in.
Yeah.
The way that they're playing it, the Force would be perfect against that.
I would not have recognized it at the start of the game.
Yeah,
I don't
for
think,
sure, for sure.
I don't think Moon looks at his drafts like, oh, this is a 4-staff
This is a
game.
Force
but,
game, yeah. It's just
it's yeah.
the way that they're playing it, just like pulling it in, using the Ice Shards, like dropping the Phoenix Sunray on the shards, and like the Zeus damage too.
Yep.
You can just get away from all of that damage with a single Force staff.
And in a way, it's kind of already too late now, right? Like, not that it's like
yeah, you kind of need to recognize maybe a little. You want to get the at least. I think the helm is the bit of the odd choice for me, but I know Moon just likes to side him. I don't know. Helm just doesn't seem particularly strong. And you mentioned, I mean, against some of these heroes like the Lone Druid, you just don't normally want to go Helm.
Yeah,
so.
it feels pretty bad building a helm in a lot of these games in 7.20, just because there are heroes that are really good against those creeps. And the helm just feeds them free gold a lot of the time, you know?
so.
Links to anytime Clinks is in the meta, the helm is just pretty bad.
Oh, Abed shows up, pops the BKB, and just gonna TP out of there. Axe trying to get into position, but won't get there quickly enough.
That was a nice call to just instantly TP out of that.
Yeah.
Like you know that the axe is coming the moment you show.
And again,
I mean, there's even a
700
small
gold.
chance if Axe like insta TP'd, like maybe
He
you still
gets
get
him
caught.
anyway,
But
yeah, because the BKB doesn't do anything
Yeah.
to the axe call.
But
Sure.
very
like,
good play from Wonder Kid.
He's going to be going back for the Sanjin Yasha as well, so we'll have a little bit of status resistance to work with.
Okay.
I kind of feel like the Basher first would be really better, but then again, he has the Ogre Axe or Ogre Club, so probably gonna go for the Sanjin Yasha. But yeah, just because like it gives a status resist now and it doesn't do the maim, and then the Basher will work perfectly for how he's playing right now. Like he can kill the Lone Druid or kill the Zeus if he just gets a lucky bash off of the jump in, and then he doesn't need to utilize the BKB to get out.
Yeah.
Like he just uses the bash to kill them and then runs away, or keeps fighting with the BKB afterwards.
I mean, in a way, though, it's like the main thing that kills him in this game is like an axe
The axe
call,
call,
and
that's
this
true,
is
that's true.
a way to sort of mitigate that a little bit.
Yeah, that's a good point.
There isn't really anything else that does it.
I still think there's a chance the PA may struggle against the Lone Druid just because of the damage block from the bear.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it just
that-
makes
that-
this Lone Druid so much tankier. But we'll see. I think you can make up for that maybe with some lifesteal, because then you can just sustain yourself a lot better in that like a drawn-out carry battle against
Yeah.
the Lone Druid. But
They're trying to bait this out here, moving up on the high ground. Moon is there. If they head into immediately jump on MP, it could be big. 4-staff away already. Now they see everybody caught in the Grimstroke ulti. It doesn't look like they want to go yet, though. It's
I think
still
once
an
they
opportunity.
once they see him with Zeus ult, they realize they need to
You know, was
regroup.
Laguna, right?
Yeah, I think it was just
He
scary.
wasn't at the threshold where he would
Yeah.
die to it. He doesn't have Axe Laguna, right?
He does have Agzaguna.
Okay,
He
so
doesn't have the level 20 spell amp yet,
Okay.
though.
That's true. Yeah, Tigers had a great position there, but Fnatic, they were only 3 heroes, and the second that Zeus ultis and they see all 5 heroes, they're like, okay, we're getting
we're out of here. We're not going to fight the side
Yeah.
ground. Yeah, that would be just insane.
That was clever call
He
from
might
there.
actually be going for the Basher first. I do like it a lot more, just because like I really genuinely think that the fact that he's just been getting these solo kills and blowing people up at the start of the fight, that's like exactly what Basher does. You get a lucky bash, boom, you win a fight that you shouldn't have, you know? And you don't have to use a BKB to do that. Like, the longer you can hold on to the BKB, the better. The Basher lets you do that. Despite having the Ogre Club.
Do we have any other Yuleses besides on the Lina? Because
I don't think so. On the Radiant, there was a 4-star 100 hero.
no.
The Yules is so good against the X. I think on the Lina it's probably fine that that's all they have. Because he's got the range.
Shards. Ooh, still trying to run away.
Yes,
They go for it. They immediately throw out that Grimstroke ulti, but the Supernova going, and Grim is dead.
Poor Grimstroke. Sucks to be a support when you see something like that. You know you're getting ditched.
These ice shards just keep on wrecking them.
Ice looking for his opening yet again. He finds Ajit.
Oh,
Good
nice.
Yule Scepter lift up, and now WonderKid trying to go in on the other side. They hit the Ravage onto 2 already as they're trying to bring down WonderKid, but he's living through it, and the BKB about to wear off for MP. They're thinking about chasing this one now. They hit the Ice Path onto Ice, looking for more. Laguna Blade going out as well. They jump in with Jabs, but he's going to die to the tower hits, as well as WonderKid. Well and truly living up to his name, though he does end up going down. Finally, Ajit still living through it. They win that fight.
Yeah, they killed the bear twice, I want to say, too. So, good chunk of gold. It's on cooldown.
What is it? 300 experience per bear kill, 300 gold. 600 gold, 600 experience, easy. One fight, nice.
Okay. The bear kills don't show up in
No.
the team fight recap.
7,500 experience in
Yeah.
one fight.
So much
What
of that
on
must be
earth?
that axe skill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that was his first death.
Because that was 2 heroes killing one extremely farmed axe.
Yep.
So like the less heroes there are now, the better it is, because you get 14%. I think it's 14% of his total experience divided by the total heroes. So if there's 2 heroes killing him, they are getting a massive amount of experience between them. Went for the mech into Greaves.
Ooh. And I guess maybe
Here we
was
go.
Jakiro one of the one that was alive because he has the 30 XP gain talent too. So that I wonder if that factors into it also or not.
I think Jakiro was probably alive for. I think he ran back to base, but he was alive for some of those.
Look at this guy's gold though.
He just
He's
goes
loaded.
GPM talent, too, so.
Maybe he goes for like a Yule Scepter. You're saying like you think there should be another Yule?
Yeah.
Probably on Jakiro. That's pretty fine. He has the 4 staff.
Yeah, Zephyr.
He's having a rough.
He's having a really rough time. But
Here you go, Fnatic, into the Roche Pit again. This game's going to truly test how well this ranged lone druid can scale, I feel, because we mentioned it's all about the P on the Radiant side. At this point, if you're Fnatic, you're thinking your lone druid's had all the space and time in the world to get his items, have these Roches, and MP at this point needs to, show what his hero can do.
yeah, for sure. I'll be interested to see who wins between the PA and the Lone Druid. The raw damage reduction is just a ridiculous mechanic in the late game.
The bear is looking like it's paper, though. in
It
some of
does,
these
yeah, it
fights.
does.
It just instantly feeds and dies, and then suddenly that defender isn't there, as well as you don't have to worry about the roots.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like the defender would be with the Lone Druid's reductions. Okay, that
Oh wait, the turnaround though.
So
They
good.
get it with the axe. They're gonna be able to kill him off.
Dire's bottom
Oh, that
tower-
can't happen.
Oh, they had a ward there? Yeah, they knew who was there.
Dire's bottom tower.
Oh, that's the
fallen.
thing, though. It like goes back to the fact that this is how he needs to play to get back into the game. Maybe not at this point because they actually could potentially start winning some of these fights. And we've seen them go pretty well, but he knows that he needs to go for these like really greedy plays in order to come back. And I like that he's going for it. Obviously, dying is not great, but it's good that he's at the very least going. Speaking of, wow, that's a lot of damage. Did he go for the? Oh, he went for the
Humiliation.
attack speed.
No,
Oh no,
spell
spell amplification. Oh, it's on the right. Okay, so he did go for it.
What is that? Hex on Lina. No.
Does the Ether Lens still give the?
Yeah, the range to it.
Does it give the magic amp?
Yeah, no.
No,
That
just
was
mana
the
range.
old Aether Lens.
Yeah.
That it got taken away and put on Kaya.
Oh right.
Well, another call. The ice path going and some shards laid down.
That Centaur stun. Where's that Centaur coming from?
Looking, wanting to find it. Snowball, saving a couple, trying to get away. Sai still living for the moment. And on the other side, MP trying to do damage as well.
DJ was hoping that he would Ravage again just so he'd get the sick dodge.
They don't have to buy back the PA, and they hold their 2-2 tower, so...
I mean, that's really scary. If you have Aegis, you have Cheese, and you can't force the issue when the enemy carry's dead.
Yeah. I mean, Abed got picked bottom. Abed's trying to push out lanes because he's got boots of travel, so he can just push out bottom, TP in. But he's having a bit of a rough game. He's been picked a few too many times, and some of it, more than anything, it's been some great PA plays. Like,
Yeah.
I think Zeus's job this game has been to push out lanes.
Yep.
That's why he bought the boots of travel, but Tigers have been a step or two ahead of him.
So some people were theory crafting that you might end up going for like Kaya Yasha for the Lina. What do you guys think of that? It's more spell amp.
That seems pretty good. I mean, the Kai and Yasha.
Well, you're not a right-click Lina as much. You need the Yasha pad, or
that's true. I mean, you get movement speed, but the thing is, like when you upgrade to like Sanjin Yasha or Sanjin Kaya, like it gives you more. Like it gives you more of the Kaya buff too.
That's true.
Like it's strictly better.
Look at this bait.
Yeah, it's got the Aegis. Well, I don't know.
Ice. Jumps in, catches 3, able to get them all 4. Units of Zon in there as well. They're all going to start falling apart, and DJ able to control up this Tidehunter. Do they have enough damage? They've already popped back on the Lina, trying to get into this fight. With Ravage available, it looks like they're just going to have to give up at this point, though. TP's in. There is no buyback on Tide. Jakiro is dead as well, and PA gone. When it rains, it pours. They are all falling apart. The Lina just bought back. You can't lose Ajit right here. Oh my god.
That was the most game-winning axe call I've ever seen.
Did he have the AoE?
I don't think so. I think.
What level? Oh, he's level 24.
He
had 4 heroes.
Like there was a preemptive Jakiro ice path, and he dodged that while they were smoked and got 4.
Oh no, he got the call to BKB.
This is unbelievable.
That's just GG.
All right,
that's 2 diebacks. They may as well just call it.
That is a situation where like raw mechanical skill wins you the game. I mean, I know they had a lead, obviously, but they got 10,000 gold in the last like minute.
Yeah, I wanted to wait for the graphs to update a little bit before I hit the button, but this is the end of the game, I believe.
Oh, it was coming back.
Look at this is the probability that they would win.
It was at 50-50 just like 3 minutes ago. Oh man, Ice played a hell of a game. Hats off to him.
Well, they BKB the Ravage, and now just going to continue to pummel into Moon. They want to make one last stand, if at all possible. Snowball pulling them on a little bit deeper, but there is no damage. There is no more game. They take number 1, Fnatic. Big stuff.
They had a very dominant early game, but Tigers kind of held on with some great PA play. But nicely done, Ice.
Look at that.
Definitely the MVP of this game.
I want to talk a little bit about Ice's like mechanical skill.
Okay, let's do it.
Because like the thing is, I always hear this excuse from people that like, oh, you know, I'm too old. I can't have this mechanical skill because my reaction time sucks. Like, I just want to note one thing about before that axe call.
Right.
The fight starts, the preemptive ice path goes down. He sees all of them there, and yet he still stands there in the trees waiting. Like, he was taking time to process whether or not that was a good call or not. Like, the guy didn't just immediately go in when they knew a fight was going to occur. Like, he had the patience, essentially. And then another thing I want to talk about is, like, DJ, same thing. Like, raw mechanical skill, right? We were talking about the Tidehunter, how he dodged the Ravage. But we also saw him in a fight dodge what looked like should have been a Ravage, and it looks like he was essentially just preempting and guessing when the Ravage was going to come.
Yeah.
So basically what I'm saying is that they are mechanically skilled, but the definition of like being mechanically skilled is it's not just they're talented or they have good impulses. These are learned behaviors from them.
Yeah, it's this combination of being incredible game sense meets mechanical skill.
Right, exactly. Like you can see the game sense happening when Ice stands there in the trees. The fight starts. Yeah. All 5 of them standing right there, and yet he waits because the ice path was there. If he just goes, he's in the ice path. That's a shitty call if he just instantly goes. But that's the best call that we've seen in a long time because he actually waited. He was patient.
Yeah.
Right? And that's just like a part of mechanical skill that I think a lot of people don't realize. It's not just this guy, oh, he's good at Dota. He was born with the genetics for Dota. No, he's patient. That's another part of it. With DJ, he's preempting these things. That's another part of it.
Imagine, like yesterday, we saw Cuckoo on the Dazzle when he grazed before the Winter's
Right.
Curse
Yeah,
came
that
out.
was
But that's
unreal.
because-
And the
Saved
right
him.
target
Yeah, but that's
too.
because he plays that hero. Like he
Yeah.
knows both of those heroes. He's thinking what's going to happen in these fights.
Mm-hmm.
Who would I Winter's Curse?
Right.
He knows who it's going to be.
So the other thing to mention in that is that in spite of all that, he ends the game with the BKB. He didn't have the BKB against, like you were saying, Ice Path, against Ravage, against Yule Scepter from Lina, Light Strike Array. Like all of this stuff that can mess up your call.
Right.
He didn't have the BKB for it. He just played around it.
Yeah, he was doing a really excellent job playing around it. That's like not easy to do on Axe.
Holy crap! MP went 18-0-11.
That was the quietest
It's-
18-0-11 of my life.
I mean, it's
Well, to be
this
fair,
is MP when he
um,
shine. I feel like MP just put him on some right clicker. He's not a super flashy player, but these heroes like the Drow, the Lone Druid, they suit him. He plays very flawlessly. His positioning is great. I think he played really well. I mean, I think all three of Ice, MP, DJ
Dude.
were flawless this game. Abed had a bit of a rough one, but I think
All right,
it was trying to do his job.
MP hasn't died in the last 3 games. He literally hasn't died in the last 3 games.
This is I
of
love
a
that. 'cause-
major qualifier.
and we're not even talking about him that
Yeah.
much. Like, I mean, we talked about his Drow. I loved
Yeah.
his Drow. That was hype to watch. He got
Yeah.
ultra kills.
What am I watching?
But this is a guy that often gets criticized. You know, everyone else is like considered like an SEA All-Star, and then there's MP.
Yeah.
Right.
No offense to the guy, but he's just not talked up as like a star of the Southeast Asia region. But he's showing he freaking belongs.
Totally.
I
Wow.
can't believe he has 0 deaths. He has an infinity KDA.
How
the
can
last
you deal
3
with that?
games.
How can you beat it? And like some of the most kills too. Like it's one thing if you don't die and you're just sort of farming,
doing
he's
nothing,
doing
yeah, but-
stuff.
Now, he got an ultra kill on Drow.
He has 16 kills there,
Right.
18 here, and then what was the other game he played?
Void. He got 8 kills.
It's still pretty good.
Still pretty good.
Hats off to MP. What a player.
All right. Well, we do have some other results. Spoiler alert, Boom ID just won the first game as well. But we're going to continue our coverage here. Tigers versus Fnatic. Stay tuned because it's already looking like it's going to be a great series. We'll have the draft up in a few, and then we're going to be coming back to you.